So I wanted to break down one more scenario for you that is an interesting one. Basically, there's loads that are hijacked by carriers, and there's an interesting perspective that's probably incredibly healthy for all carriers to know. Basically, from a factoring perspective and from a broker perspective, we're always judging the riskiness of the carrier that the broker is going to work with, and also judging whether or not, from the carrier perspective, the carrier is judging how risky the broker is to work with. So you're judging each other from both sides. And we had a situation that happened a couple months back when I was working at the brokerage, where there was a carrier that did a load for us and did a horrible job. They showed up late to the shipper. We pre-booked it. They showed up late to the shipper. They were like a week late to delivering it, and they put a freight guard on that carrier. So other brokers know this carrier's trash. They don't do what they say. They show up late. They pick up late. They did horrible tracking throughout transit. Other brokers need to be aware of this garbage experience and service that this carrier is providing. It needs to be made public. So a freight guard was put up. Well, what that carrier then did, that carrier went out and bought somebody else's MC number. You guys are aware of this. You can buy old MC numbers. And he then called in the following week and used the new MC number that he just purchased. We didn't know that this guy changed MC numbers because we don't do loads with them every day, just a one-off load. And he called, used the new MC number that he just bought, and we didn't know who, we didn't remember his maybe he made up a name or he used the same name, I don't know. But I was like, oh, that MC number looks good, we'll book him on a load, sure, cool, whatever, shoot him the Raycon, let's get this moving on to the next load for him and for us, the brokerage. Again, this is when I was doing brokerage. I'm not doing that anymore. Freight factoring, that is where I'm at. I love it. And got excited there for a second. But the carrier got the Raycon using new MC number that he used as a cup and ball shell game. And then he called in and talked to the head broker that I work with and said, checkmate, I got your load again, and you're going to give me, I think it was $7,000, or I'm not going to deliver this. And that was a customer that we were working with at the time. I'm not going to mention the name of the customer, but huge customer. And we were already on thin ice with that customer. So he held our load hostage. He threatened us, saying, I'm not going to deliver this load of, I don't know what it was. I have no idea what it was. Could have been worth $100,000 though, absolutely. That was in the back of this trailer. And he said, we're not going to deliver this unless you pay us $7,000. And we're not going to get paid with the factoring. You're not going to get us paid with a check and cut it to us and put it in the mail. You're going to give us an EFS check code for $7,000, and they're going to cash it. And the head broker, the guy that was in charge, was like, we don't know what to do. This guy has our freight. We can't screw up a load with this customer. We're going to have to pay him. So we gave him an EFS check code for $7,000, and he held the load hostage. Did we turn around and put a freight guard on that new MC number? Absolutely, so other brokers are aware. But the reason I'm bringing up the story is it's a situation that doesn't happen often. You should be aware of that. As a broker, we're contemplating, is the carrier going to double broker this load? Are they going to accept the load tender and then, make up an excuse, saying, 7 hours later that their truck broke down and they didn't tell us about it and we thought they already went and picked it up? So bad communication and tracking for updates. Some of the best carriers that I've ever worked with are the carriers that they go and pick up a load And when they get to the shipper, they call us, the broker, and be like, "Hey, I'm on site at the shipper location. I'm at door number 6, and I got on site at 1:52 p.m." And broker's like, "Dang, that's awesome. We don't have to do the check call to reach out to the carrier. The carrier called us." If you're a carrier and you do that, woo-wee, the brokers will appreciate you and remember you. And they'll want to call you and get you on the next load because you're offering outstanding customer service with the service that you're providing. It's rare. I wish more carriers did it. It would be awesome. Obviously, carriers are like, well, we signed up for Macro Point. Well, we signed up for tracking. It doesn't always work. Systems don't always integrate. At the end of the day, your strongest tool in your toolbox, it's the keys, that engine, your cab, and your phone. Phone. Communication. It's everything. And I tell people all the time in this business, if you can pay attention to the details, be a detail-oriented person, be an outstanding communicator, that's text message, email, and on the phone, and time management. If you can be a person, a 1 out of 10, if you can be a 5 out of 10 in all those categories, you can be a badass in this business. If you can be a 9 out of 10 in all those categories, or 10 out of 10, woo, man, you'll make a killing in this business. Killing, because it's just your skill set and your strengths complement what you're doing. So anyway, I wanted to explain this quick scenario to you with the loads that sometimes are held hostage by the carrier. You need to be aware of that. That's something that the factoring company's looking at. They don't want to buy invoices from a carrier that's holding loads hostage, and the brokers don't want to do business with carriers that have a reputation of doing that. Anyway, it's a scenario. Wanted to throw it at you. Catch you on the next one. Bye.